Have you ever wondered why some people in their 70s seem to wake up full of energy, eager to enjoy the day, while others feel exhausted before breakfast? It's easy to assume that getting older automatically means feeling slower, weaker, and more tired. But researchers have been uncovering something fascinating over the past several years. The difference often isn't just about age. It may come down to what's happening deep inside your cells. Hidden within every cell in your body is a tiny system that acts like a master control switch for energy production, repair, and healthy aging. When this switch works well, your cells create the energy you need to think clearly, stay active, and recover from everyday stress. But when it begins to slow down, fatigue can quietly become part of daily life. You may notice that simple chores feel harder, your afternoon energy disappears, or you wake up feeling like you never really rested at all. Here's what makes this especially interesting. Many people spend years searching for the perfect vitamin, expensive supplement, or miracle solution, without realizing that this important cellular switch is influenced by everyday habits they can actually control. Even more surprising, one of the most effective strategies isn't something you'll find in a fancy bottle. Later, we'll talk about a simple habit that many people overlook completely. Yet research suggests it may help support this natural cellular process in a way that's both practical and sustainable. By the end, you'll understand why small daily choices can have a much bigger impact than most people ever imagine. If you've reached your 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond, you've probably noticed that your body doesn't always respond the way it once did. You might need a little longer to recover after a busy day. Maybe your muscles feel sore after activities that never used to bother you. Perhaps your memory isn't quite as sharp, or your energy seems to disappear by late afternoon. These changes can feel frustrating. Some people simply accept them as an unavoidable part of aging, but science tells a more encouraging story. While aging itself is natural, many of the changes we experience are influenced by how well our cells continue to produce energy and repair themselves over time. Think of your body like a city. Every organ, muscle, and nerve depends on electricity to keep everything running smoothly. Inside your body, that electricity comes from tiny structures called mitochondria, often referred to as the powerhouses of the cell. They transform the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe into usable energy. When these tiny power plants begin losing efficiency, almost every part of the body can feel the effects. Research suggests that supporting healthy mitochondrial function may help maintain energy, physical performance, and overall well-being as we age. While no single habit can stop aging or guarantee perfect health, many experts believe that consistently caring for your cells can make a meaningful difference in how you feel each day. Throughout our conversation, we'll explore practical, evidence-informed habits that may help support this remarkable cellular system. You'll learn why movement matters more than intensity, how sleep quietly repairs your body, why certain foods work differently inside aging cells, and which everyday mistakes may unknowingly drain your energy. We'll also share stories from older adults who made small, realistic changes and gradually noticed improvements in how they felt. These aren't stories of overnight transformations. They're examples of what can happen when healthy habits are practiced consistently over time. And be sure to stay with us until the very end. Because one of the simplest daily routines, something many people overlook, may be one of the easiest ways to help your cells stay energized for years to come. Before we go any further, it's helpful to understand what this so-called cellular switch really is. Despite what catchy headlines sometimes suggest, there isn't one magical button hidden inside your body. Instead, scientists use this idea to describe several natural processes that help your cells decide whether to focus on growth, energy production, or repair. One of the most important players in this process is a group of proteins and enzymes that respond to how you eat, move, sleep, and recover from stress. These systems constantly monitor the health of your cells. When conditions are right, they encourage damaged cell parts to be repaired or recycled while helping healthy mitochondria continue producing energy efficiently. Have you ever noticed that after a poor night's sleep, even simple tasks seem more exhausting? That's not just in your imagination. Sleep gives your body valuable time to perform maintenance that can't happen as efficiently while you're awake. It's almost like a maintenance crew working overnight to repair roads before the morning traffic begins. Researchers have found that as we grow older, this repair process naturally becomes less efficient. That's one reason energy levels often decline with age. But here's the encouraging part. Healthy lifestyle habits appear to support many of these repair pathways, even later in life. A common myth is that once you feel chronically tired after 50, nothing can really change. Yet studies continue to show that improvements in sleep quality, physical activity, balanced nutrition, and stress management may all contribute to better energy production inside cells. That doesn't mean you'll suddenly feel 25 again. Healthy aging isn't about turning back the clock. It's about helping your body function as well as it reasonably can at every stage of life. Take Robert, a retired high school teacher from Ohio. Shortly after his 68th birthday, he found himself taking naps almost every afternoon. Walking the dog became tiring, and he often skipped family outings because he simply didn't have the energy. At first, he assumed this was just part of getting older. But after talking with his healthcare provider, he learned that several small habits were working against him. He stayed up late watching television, rarely exercised, and often skipped breakfast before drinking several cups of coffee. Instead of making dramatic changes, Robert focused on one new habit each week. He began walking for 15 minutes after breakfast, improved his bedtime routine, and started eating more balanced meals that included protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and whole grains. The improvements weren't immediate, but after several months he noticed he was relying less on afternoon naps. His morning walks became easier, and he felt more interested in spending time with his grandchildren. His experience reflects something many experts emphasize. Lasting improvements usually come from consistent habits rather than quick fixes. But that's only part of the story. Many people believe the answer to low energy is simply eating more or drinking another cup of coffee. While caffeine can temporarily make you feel more alert, it doesn't actually solve the underlying reasons. Your cells may be producing less energy. Imagine trying to keep an old flashlight, working by constantly replacing the batteries with cheaper ones instead of cleaning the contacts inside. You might get a little more light for a while, but eventually the flashlight still struggles because the real problem hasn't been addressed. Your body works in a similar way. Temporary boosts can help you feel awake, but long-term vitality depends on supporting the systems that create energy in the first place. One of the biggest factors influencing those systems is something many adults underestimate: regular movement. This doesn't mean spending hours in a gym or running marathons. In fact, research suggests that moderate physical activity is often enough to encourage your cells to produce healthier, more efficient mitochondria. Even a brisk walk, light strength training, gardening, swimming, or dancing can send powerful signals throughout your body. Does that surprise you? Many people think conserving energy by sitting more will help them feel less tired. Ironically, the opposite is often true. Long periods of inactivity can gradually make your muscles less efficient at using energy, leading to even greater fatigue over time. Clinical research has shown that regular exercise may improve mitochondrial function, support heart health, preserve muscle mass, and enhance balance, all especially important after age 50. The key is consistency rather than intensity. A 20-minute walk most days of the week often provides greater long-term benefits than an exhausting workout done once every few weeks. Of course, everyone's situation is different. If you have medical concerns, chronic conditions, or take prescription medications, speak with your healthcare provider before making significant health changes or beginning a new exercise routine. Movement is only one piece of the puzzle, though. What you choose to eat every day may quietly influence those same cellular systems in ways many people never realize. And one surprisingly common breakfast habit could be working against your energy without you even knowing it. That's exactly where we're headed next.